What's up, everyone? Travis here with Violent Zen, and in this video what I'm going to be showing you is the intermittent fasting spreadsheet calculators that I created based on the book Engineering the Alpha. First thing I want to point out is these three files are all Excel template files, and the reason I set those up like that is because what you'll do is save these put these in a safe place, and then when you need it and you double click on it, it'll open a new file for you that you can save someplace else. So if you mess that file up or you lose it or whatever, you can go back to the template file and create a brand new version that hasn't been messed with at all. Unless you go in here and change something specifically and open this file, you can't change it. So with that said, one thing I want to point out real quick, couple things on the Destructions tab. First thing is, be sure to click here to get notified when I update this calculator. If you're already on or already subscribed to my workout spreadsheets for 531, 5x5, or any of the others, be sure to sign up for this one also, because I'm separating the two. I don't want to have nutrition-based spreadsheets going out, updates going out to people that have the 5x5 and the 531 and the other spreadsheets, and vice versa. So be sure to sign up for that. You know that I don't email very often, so you're not going to get a bunch of spam from me. The other thing too is, if you're watching this and you don't have Engineering the Alpha by John Romanello and Adam Bornstein, go ahead and click here to get that. That's on Amazon. I'll make I think $1 or something like that. If you don't want to use that link, that's fine. The only other thing is, scroll down here a little bit. I spent a ton of time creating these things, and there may be some bugs in there somewhere. I'm no expert at Excel, so click here to leave comments and feedback, or send me an email. Just make sure you use the subject LF Auto Calculator feedback. All right, let's jump right into it. The one thing I want to point out too is that all three of these spreadsheets are basically identical. The only difference is one will automatically calculate everything for you evenly. The other two will actually automatically calculate everything for you evenly also, but you can adjust the percentages or the grams depending on the sheet. So first thing you're going to want to do is, when you come into the enter your IF data for phase 1, all you have to do is enter in the yellow cells. Same thing for phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. And if you read the book, you understand that. If not, you will understand that when the time comes, because this information in each phase applies to each one of these tabs down here below. And we're just going to go through the first tab on each one of these, because once you get the first tab down, all the rest of them will be self-explanatory. So after you enter your data in the auto calculator, you can come over here. You can modify the green and blue fields only. And over here I have, and this doesn't make any sense, but for some reason I added 7 rows for meals, and I think I did that because I used another universal macros calculator that I'm going to be putting out also to as the base for this. So you won't need all 7 of these because it is completely unnecessary, but if for some reason you did want to eat almost every hour, that's available right there. You can change this to whatever. I just put examples in there. The other thing too is, you can come over here, you can select, you can type in whatever you want. If you want 2 meals, you can do that. It'll automatically evenly calculate everything for you, or you can hit this drop down over here and select what you want. Same thing with the off day macros, but in phase 1, weeks 1 through 3, in the first 2 tabs, there's no carbs on the off days, so I just grade those out. Another thing on here, on each tab, I got into the mode of kind of keeping track of the amount of sugar that I was eating. This has no basis on any calculations. It doesn't have any effect on any calculations or anything. It's more for your reference, and it won't print out either. So, speaking of printing out, this whole thing right here will print out very nicely on one sheet. And that way, the reason I made it like that is because I like to print it out after I get it all filled out and hang it on my fridge or my kitchen, and that way I can see what I need to do when I'm preparing all my meals. That's the auto calculator. If we go over to the percentage calculator, this does the exact same thing like I was saying, same amount of meals and all of that. The only difference is you can modify the yellow fields also. So let's say you wanted to have maybe this is pre-workout and you wanted to have 10% of your total grams of carbs before that. I actually probably want more, but and then you wanted to do 40% post-workout. And then if you notice down here, when you're off, it changes to red, and it'll tell you how far under or over your goal you are. So right here, you're negative 17%. So you need to bump that up 17%, which is obviously 50%. And then it goes back to normal. Same thing happens if you go over. Say you do 10, 50, 50. It'll tell you you're over 10% and over 3 grams. And then everything else turns red in accordance with that. So that is the percentage spreadsheet. If we go over to the grams, so over here what you want to do is basically you want to equal 124.3. So say you want 10 grams of protein before, say pre-workout, whatever you want to call it over here. Then afterwards you want 70 grams. So you've got a minus 2.9 deficit right there. So that would be 43.3 or 44.3. There we go. And that's it. That's all 3 spreadsheets all rolled up into a nice little ball. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. And this is a beta, so if you find any errors or anything like that, like I said, please let me know. But I hope this really helps out a lot of people, and I hope you get a lot of use out of it. And be sure to look us up on Facebook. Just search for Violent Zen, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos in the future, and that way you'll be notified. Travis with Violent Zen, and remember, it's not about how you train, it's about why you train.